Philosophies revived.
Feeling overwhelmed and drained by endless challenges? You're not alone in this struggle. There are times when the idea of stepping back feels not just difficult, but unthinkable. However, consider the possibility that choosing to step away might be the most empowering choice you could make. In this series, we delve into the time-honored principles of Stoicism, a philosophy rooted in emotional resilience and virtuous living. Through 13 impactful lessons, we'll explore why choosing to walk away represents a profound display of strength, not a sign of defeat. Whether you're navigating the complexities of a toxic relationship, facing the burnout from an exhausting job, or combating detrimental influences, this series is your guide. It's time to arm yourself with the wisdom and bravery needed to break free and reclaim your autonomy. Are you prepared to embark on a journey toward a life filled with more peace, clarity, and purpose? If so, click that subscribe button and join us on this transformative journey to unlock your greatest potential. Let's embrace the power of walking away together. Lesson 1. Your energy is precious, spend it wisely. This lesson draws deeply from the Stoic practice of discernment, particularly championed by Marcus Aurelius, who advocated for living a life aligned with virtue and purpose. Your energy, much like the finite number of threads available for your tapestry, is a limited resource. How you choose to spend it can either enhance the beauty of your life's work or detract from it. Imagine walking through a market where each stall vies for your attention, offering goods that range from the mundane to the exotic. Some stalls are vibrant, filled with nourishing foods and beautiful artifacts, representing the relationships and activities that enrich your life. Others, however, are cluttered with items that, while they may catch your eye, offer little in the way of value, symbolizing the energy-draining commitments and toxic relationships that we sometimes find ourselves entangled in. The Stoic approach teaches us to navigate this market with intention, selecting only those items that will enrich our tapestry and leaving behind anything that detracts from it. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, emphasizes the importance of focusing on what is within our power to change, urging us to use our energy wisely. He reminds us that our time and energy are finite, and that to waste them on pursuits or people that drain rather than enrich us is a misalignment with our true nature. The Stoic principle of focusing on what's under our control helps us to discern more effectively where our energies are best invested. It teaches us that not every battle is worth fighting, not every relationship is worth saving, and not every opportunity is worth pursuing. Walking away, in this context, becomes a powerful act of self-preservation and self-respect. It's not about avoiding challenges or shirking responsibility, but about recognizing when a particular investment of our energy is unlikely to yield a worthwhile return. This discernment allows us to conserve our energy for endeavors that are truly aligned with our values and goals. It's a practice in saying no to the superficial, the draining, and the misaligned, so we can say yes to what truly matters. However, this lesson goes beyond mere selection and rejection. It's about cultivating an inner strength and wisdom that enables us to navigate life's complexities with grace. By understanding and embracing our finite nature, we learn to prioritize our actions and relationships based on their capacity to contribute to our growth, happiness, and fulfillment. This Stoic wisdom does not merely guide us in avoiding what is negative, but steers us toward the positive, urging us to invest in what genuinely nourishes our souls. In embodying this lesson, we undertake a journey of self-discovery and self-mastery. We learn to recognize the difference between what is merely appealing and what is genuinely valuable. We develop the courage to walk away from the former and the wisdom to embrace the latter. This approach to life does not guarantee that we will never face difficulty or disappointment, but it does ensure that our energies are spent on pursuits that are worthy of them. In doing so, we honor the Stoic ideal of living a life of purpose, aligned with our true nature and the highest good. By applying this lesson, we not only enhance our own lives, but also set an example for others to follow. We become beacons of light in a world that often values quantity over quality, showing that the true measure of a life well lived is not found in how much we have done, but in how meaningful our actions are. In this way, the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and the practice of Stoicism continue to offer timeless guidance, teaching us that the greatest power we possess is the ability to choose where we invest our most precious resource or energy. Lesson 2. Boundaries are your best friends. Navigating the dance of life requires more than just moving to its rhythms. It demands an awareness of our own space and the respect for the space of others. In this lesson, we delve into the ancient Stoic wisdom as articulated by Marcus Aurelius, which teaches us the profound importance of setting boundaries, not as barriers to connection, but as the very foundations upon which healthy relationships are built. Consider your life as a dance floor, where each person's movement contributes to the overall harmony of the space. When everyone respects each other's boundaries, the dance is fluid, graceful, and enjoyable. However, when someone invades your space, stepping on your toes without regard, the harmony is disrupted and discomfort ensues. Here, Stoicism offers a powerful insight. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect and an essential aspect of living in accordance with nature, our true nature, which seeks peace, respect, and mutual understanding. Marcus Aurelius, a philosopher king who navigated the complexities of leading an empire, understood well the balance between engagement and personal integrity. He advised us to be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over, stand firm, and around it the seething waters are laid to rest. In the context of boundaries, this metaphor teaches us that standing firm in our values and respecting our limits can create a calm space around us, even amidst life's chaos. Setting boundaries is often misconceived as selfishness, a misunderstanding that can lead us to overextend ourselves, sacrificing our peace and well-being for the sake of others' demands or expectations. Yet, Stoicism teaches us that true self-love involves prioritizing our well-being, not to withdraw from the world, but to engage with it more authentically and wholeheartedly. By setting clear boundaries, we communicate our values, needs, and limits, creating space for genuine interaction that respects both our well-being and that of others. In practice, setting boundaries might mean saying no to additional responsibilities when you're already stretched thin, stepping back from relationships that drain your energy, or simply carving out time for solitude and reflection. It's about recognizing that you are the steward of your life's dance, responsible for choreographing a performance that honors your values, respects your limits, and contributes to the overall harmony of the community. Walking away, in this light, becomes a powerful dance move. It's the step we take when someone consistently disrespects our boundaries, demonstrating that while we value connection, we value our peace and integrity more. This act of walking away is not a retreat, but a repositioning, a way of moving towards spaces where our boundaries are respected and our presence is valued. Moreover, setting boundaries and sometimes walking away teaches others how to treat us. It signals that we respect ourselves enough to demand respect from others, setting a standard for our interactions. This lesson from Stoicism doesn't just make our lives better. It has a ripple effect, encouraging others to reflect on their boundaries and respect those of the people around them. In embracing this lesson, we find that boundaries are not just our best friends. They are the guardians of our inner peace and the architects of fulfilling relationships. They allow us to dance freely, expressing ourselves authentically, while inviting others to do the same in their own space. Through this dance, we find a deeper connection to ourselves and others, a harmony that resonates with the Stoic ideal of living in accordance with nature, our own nature, and the nature of the communal dance of life. Lesson 3. Closure comes from within. In a world that often looks outward for validation and resolution, Stoicism brings us back to the power that lies within, especially when it comes to finding closure. Marcus Aurelius, a beacon of Stoic wisdom, emphasized the importance of self-reliance and internal peace, teachings that profoundly resonate with the quest for closure. This lesson explores the Stoic belief that true closure is not something granted by external circumstances or others' actions, but something we cultivate within ourselves. Picture yourself as a traveler on a journey, seeking a treasure that promises peace and resolution. Many of us believe this treasure lies at the end of external quests, apologies from those who've wronged us, acceptance from those we admire, or clear endings to chapters in our lives. However, the Stoic path teaches us that the map to this treasure is drawn within our own hearts and minds. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Within this simple yet profound statement lies the key to internal closure, focusing on our own actions, reactions, and inner work, rather than external validation. This Stoic principle encourages us to take control of our narrative, releasing the need for outside approval or events to dictate our peace. The journey to internal closure begins with the acceptance that some questions may never be answered, some apologies may never be received, and some endings may not be as clear-cut as we'd like. It's a challenging realization, yet liberating. When we stop outsourcing our peace to circumstances beyond our control, we start investing in our inner strength, cultivating resilience and emotional autonomy. This process involves several steps deeply rooted in Stoic practices. The first is introspection, examining our thoughts, emotions, and attachments to understand why we seek closure from specific sources. This self-examination reveals our power to reframe our stories, choosing interpretations that empower rather than imprison us. The second step is practicing forgiveness, both towards ourselves and others. Forgiveness, in the Stoic sense, is not about condoning hurtful actions, but about freeing ourselves from the bitterness and resentment that bind us to the past. It's a gift we give ourselves, a declaration that our peace is more valuable than clinging to grievances. Embracing acceptance is another crucial step. Acceptance doesn't mean passivity or resignation, but recognizing the reality of our situations and choosing to find peace within them. This acceptance empowers us to let go of the need for external closure and embrace the completeness that exists within our own beings. The pursuit of internal closure is a journey of self-discovery, requiring courage, patience, and compassion. It's about realizing that we are the architects of our peace, capable of healing our wounds and moving forward with grace and wisdom. This path leads us to a treasure far greater than any external validation, a profound sense of closure and wholeness that no external event can diminish. In embracing this lesson, we embody the Stoic ideal of self-sufficiency in our emotional and psychological well-being. We learn that while the world around us may be turbulent and unpredictable, the sanctuary within us can always be a place of peace and closure. This understanding doesn't isolate us from the world. Instead, it strengthens our connections with others as we engage from a place of completeness, not neediness. By cultivating internal closure, we honor Marcus Aurelius's teachings, living as embodiments of Stoic wisdom. We demonstrate that true closure is not an external achievement, but an internal state of being, accessible to us at any moment, regardless of our circumstances. This realization is liberating, empowering us to live with an open heart and a peaceful mind, resilient in the face of life's uncertainties. Lesson 4. Growth often lies outside your comfort zone. Imagine your life as a familiar, cozy room with everything in its place, offering a sense of security and comfort. This room, while comforting, is bounded by walls that limit your view of the world outside. It's within these confines we often find our comfort zone, a psychological state where things feel familiar and safe, but where growth is stunted and potential remains unexplored. Stoicism, particularly through the insights of Marcus Aurelius, challenges us to step beyond these walls, to embrace discomfort as not only a path to growth, but as a necessary component of a fulfilling life. Marcus Aurelius, in his Contemplations, often reflected on the nature of life's challenges and the role they play in our personal development. He saw adversity not as a hindrance, but as an opportunity to practice virtues such as courage, resilience, and patience. This Stoic principle highlights a crucial truth: real growth, the kind that transforms us and expands our horizons, often requires us to step out of our comfort zone. The comfort zone, while seemingly protective, is akin to a silken cocoon. It's a place that can quickly become a prison if we let fear of the unknown dictate our actions. The Stoic approach to life encourages us to break free from this cocoon, to embrace the uncertainty and discomfort that come with trying new things, facing our fears, and challenging our limitations. This isn't about recklessly seeking out discomfort for its own sake, but about recognizing that the path to personal excellence and wisdom often requires us to navigate through unfamiliar territory. One of the key aspects of stepping out of your comfort zone is the confrontation with fear of failure, rejection, or simply the unknown. Stoicism teaches us to examine these fears with a rational and detached perspective, questioning their validity and our power to overcome them. Marcus Aurelius himself urged us to understand that what stands in the way becomes the way. In other words, our obstacles are not barriers to our growth, but gateways through which we must pass to achieve it. Engaging with these challenges demands a shift in perspective. It requires us to view each obstacle not as a deterrent, but as a teacher, each failure not as a setback, but as a stepping stone. This Stoic mindset fosters a resilience that is unfazed by setbacks, knowing that each one brings valuable lessons and strengthens our character. Moreover, stepping out of your comfort zone is an act of self-discovery. It's in the unknown that we often find hidden strengths and talents, learning more about who we are and what we're capable of achieving. This journey of discovery is not without its discomforts, but as Stoicism teaches, it's through enduring these discomforts that we gain a deeper appreciation for life's richness and complexity. The act of deliberately choosing growth over comfort also brings a sense of empowerment. It's a declaration that we are not passive observers of our lives, but active participants, capable of shaping our destiny. This empowerment is rooted in the Stoic belief in our ability to control our perceptions, decisions, and actions, regardless of external circumstances. In embracing the discomfort outside our comfort zones, we align ourselves with the Stoic principle of living in accordance with nature. Our nature, as human beings, is not to remain stagnant, but to grow, evolve, and adapt. By challenging ourselves, by willingly facing the discomforts that growth entails, we honor this natural inclination towards self-improvement and fulfillment. As we venture beyond the confines of our comfort zones, we embody the Stoic virtues of courage, wisdom, and resilience. We learn that the most significant barriers to our growth are often the ones we erect ourselves, and that by dismantling these barriers, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. This lesson, drawn from the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism, reminds us that the path to our greatest potential is often paved with challenges, and it's our willingness to face these challenges that defines our character and shapes our destiny. Lesson 5. You can't change others, only how you respond. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies a profound acceptance of what we can and cannot control. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor and philosopher, often mused on the futility of trying to change others. Instead, he urged us to focus on our own actions, attitudes, and reactions, emphasizing that true power lies in mastering ourselves. This lesson explores the Stoic belief that attempting to change others is not only futile, but can detract from our own growth and well-being. It's a reminder that our strength and peace come from within, not from our ability to influence external circumstances or people. Imagine you're tending a garden, which represents your life. Each plant and flower symbolizes different aspects of your existence: relationships, personal goals, passions. While you can nurture, water, and tend to your garden, you cannot control the weather that affects it. Similarly, we can offer care, support, and love to those around us, but we cannot control their actions, thoughts, or growth. This realization is at the core of Stoicism, recognizing the boundary between what is within our control and what lies beyond it. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This powerful statement encapsulates the essence of Stoicism and the lesson at hand. When we pour our energy into changing others, we misplace our efforts, focusing on the uncontrollable and often neglecting our own development and well-being. The Stoic approach to relationships and interactions with others is one of compassion, understanding, and detachment. Compassion, in this context, means offering kindness and support without attachment to the outcome. Understanding allows us to see the reasons behind others' actions without judgment, acknowledging that everyone is on their own path. Detachment is not coldness or indifference, but a healthy separation between our well-being and the actions of others. This lesson teaches us the value of redirecting our energies towards what we can control: our perceptions, decisions, and actions. It's about cultivating an inner sanctuary of peace and resilience, unaffected by the external world's turbulence. By focusing on our own growth, behavior, and reactions, we become beacons of stability and integrity, regardless of the chaos that may swirl around us. Furthermore, the Stoic practice of focusing on ourselves rather than trying to change others does not mean we forsake our relationships or withdraw our support. On the contrary, it allows us to engage more authentically, offering our best selves without the strain of unmet expectations. It fosters healthier relationships built on the foundation of mutual respect and personal responsibility. Walking away from the need to change others is also an exercise in humility and acceptance. It acknowledges the complex tapestry of human nature and the diverse paths we all walk. This acceptance enriches our interactions, teaching us the value of listening, empathy, and unconditional support. In practical terms, this lesson guides us to invest in our personal development, emotional intelligence, and the cultivation of virtues such as patience, tolerance, and kindness. It encourages us to lead by example, inspiring change through our actions, rather than attempting to impose it on others. Lesson 6. Trust your intuition. In the bustling marketplace of life, where countless voices vie for our attention, offering a myriad of choices, directions, and paths, how do we decide which way to turn? Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher-emperor, offers a guiding light through the fog of external influences. Trust your intuition. This lesson dives into the Stoic practice of introspection and the significance of listening to our inner voice, a powerful tool for navigating the complexities of life. Intuition, in the Stoic sense, isn't a mystical force, but a deep inner wisdom honed through experience, reflection, and a clear understanding of one's values and principles. It's the quiet voice within us that, if listened to, provides a sense of direction when crossroads appear. Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism teach us that while we cannot control the external world, we have the sovereign power to govern our internal one. Trusting our intuition is an exercise in acknowledging and harnessing this power. The marketplace of life is filled with noise, opinions, expectations, and the loud clamor of societal norms. In this chaos, our intuition acts as a compass, guiding us through decisions that align with our deepest truths and values. However, trusting this internal compass requires silence, the space and quiet to listen and discern our true course. Marcus Aurelius spent time in reflection, writing his meditations as a means to understand his thoughts and actions better. Similarly, we must create moments of stillness in our lives to connect with our intuition. Trusting our intuition also involves the courage to say no. In a world that often pressures us to say yes to everything, to seize every opportunity, to fill every moment with activity, the strength to refuse is powerful. Saying no is not a rejection but a positive affirmation of our priorities, values, and what truly matters to us. It's a declaration that we are the authors of our lives, choosing chapters that resonate with our core being rather than allowing the pen to be held by the expectations of others. Stoicism doesn't advocate for a life of isolation or detachment from the world, but encourages a selective engagement with it. Trusting our intuition helps filter the external demands and opportunities, allowing us to choose those that genuinely enrich our lives. This discernment leads to a more focused, purposeful existence, where our actions and choices are in harmony with our inner selves. Moreover, trusting our intuition fosters a sense of inner peace and confidence. When we align our actions with our internal guidance, we move through life with a greater sense of authenticity and self-assurance. Challenges and setbacks are navigated with resilience, as our decisions are rooted in a deep understanding of who we are and what we stand for. However, developing this trust in our intuition is a journey. It requires patience, practice, and, most importantly, self-compassion. There will be times when we doubt our inner voice, times when the outcome may not be what we expected. Yet, each experience, each choice, whether perceived as a success or failure, is an opportunity to refine our intuition, to learn and grow. Lesson 7. Walking away as a strategic move. In the tapestry of life, not every thread contributes to the beauty of the whole. Sometimes, removing a thread is necessary to preserve the integrity of the design. This analogy mirrors the Stoic wisdom of knowing when to walk away, a concept that Marcus Aurelius, with his deep understanding of the ebb and flow of life's battles, implicitly endorsed. Walking away, far from being an act of surrender, is often the most strategic move we can make, a testament to strength, wisdom, and the courage to choose our battles wisely. Stoicism, at its core, teaches the virtue of discernment, the ability to judge well. In the context of life's challenges, this means recognizing when our efforts no longer serve our highest good or align with our values. Marcus Aurelius, through his meditations, highlighted the importance of acting in accordance with nature and reason. Sometimes, the natural and reasonable course is not to press forward in the face of insurmountable odds, but to retreat, regroup, and redirect our energies towards more fruitful endeavors. Walking away is a strategic decision that involves evaluating the cost-benefit ratio of our engagements, whether they're personal relationships, professional paths, or ideological battles. It requires an honest assessment of whether our continued involvement is likely to lead to a positive outcome or whether it will only drain our resources and spirit. This evaluation is deeply Stoic in nature, emphasizing rational analysis over emotional attachment to outcomes. Moreover, walking away embodies the Stoic principle of focusing on what we can control. Often, we persist in situations out of a desire to control the uncontrollable, to change another's feelings, to overcome an unfair system, or to achieve a goal that, upon closer inspection, may not even align with our true desires. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that our power lies in our perceptions, judgments, and actions. Walking away is a profound exercise in reclaiming that power, recognizing that the most significant impact we can make is often in changing our course, not forcing change upon external circumstances. The strategic retreat is also an act of self-preservation and an acknowledgement of our finite nature. Our time, energy, and emotional bandwidth are limited resources. Stoicism teaches us to deploy these resources judiciously, investing in actions and relationships that are reciprocal, meaningful, and aligned with our values. Walking away from those that deplete us without return allows us to conserve our energy for pursuits that enrich our lives and foster growth. Furthermore, walking away can lead to new perspectives and opportunities. It creates space in our lives for new experiences and insights that we might have missed had we remained fixated on a stagnant situation. This aligns with the Stoic practice of mental flexibility, adapting our strategies and goals in response to the changing landscape of our lives. By letting go of what no longer serves us, we open ourselves to new possibilities and paths that may be more in harmony with our evolving selves. Walking away, then, is not a passive act, but a proactive one. It's a decision made from a place of strength, clarity, and an unwavering commitment to our well-being and personal development. It embodies the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, and justice to ourselves and to the essence of life itself. Lesson 8. Let your actions speak. In a world inundated with words, where promises are plentiful, but actions are scarce, the Stoic philosophy illuminates a different path, one where actions not only speak louder than words, but echo through the chambers of our lives with clarity and purpose. Marcus Aurelius, through his meditations and life, epitomized the Stoic ideal that true character and intentions are revealed not through eloquent speeches or declarations, but through deeds. This lesson explores the transformative power of letting our actions speak, a testament to the Stoic belief in living one's values authentically and silently commanding respect and influence through conduct rather than discourse. The Stoic emphasis on actions over words stems from a fundamental understanding of human nature and the workings of the universe. Marcus Aurelius, reflecting on the essence of Stoic wisdom, recognized that while we have control over our actions, our control over others' perceptions and reactions is limited. In this light, actions become the most direct and unambiguous expression of our principles and intentions. By focusing on actions, we align ourselves with the Stoic pursuit of virtue, understanding that true goodness and integrity are manifested in what we do, not just in what we say. This Stoic lesson encourages a shift from the external validation of words to the internal satisfaction of living in accordance with one's values. In a society that often values appearance over substance, choosing to let actions speak is both revolutionary and challenging. It requires a deep commitment to self-awareness and integrity, where each decision and action is a reflection of one's deepest beliefs and values. This commitment is not about grand gestures or public displays, but about the quiet, consistent acts of kindness, honesty, and courage that define a life well lived. Moreover, letting our actions speak is an exercise in humility and patience. In a culture that rushes to judgment and quick conclusions, Stoicism teaches the value of slow, deliberate action grounded in thoughtful consideration and self-discipline. Marcus Aurelius, despite his power and authority, exemplified this approach, understanding that the most profound impacts are often made quietly and without fanfare. The strategic silence of Stoicism, choosing actions as our primary mode of expression, also fosters deeper connections with others. Actions, being clearer and less prone to misinterpretation than words, build trust and credibility. They demonstrate our commitment and reliability, laying a foundation for relationships based on mutual respect and shared values. This approach aligns with the Stoic view of the social nature of humanity, emphasizing the importance of contributing positively to the community and the lives of others through our deeds. Furthermore, letting our actions speak serves as a powerful form of personal development. It challenges us to continually reflect on our values, to ensure that our actions align with our ideals, and to make adjustments when they do not. This process of reflection and adjustment fosters a dynamic, evolving character, strong in virtue and adaptable to the changing circumstances of life. Lesson 9. Seek validation within. In the vast, interconnected tapestry of human society, where the quest for approval and recognition often shapes behaviors and molds self-perceptions, Stoicism offers a beacon of self-reliance and inner validation. Marcus Aurelius, a philosopher king who navigated the complexities of leading while maintaining personal integrity, demonstrated through his life and writings the Stoic virtue of seeking validation from within. This lesson explores the profound freedom and peace that come from anchoring our sense of worth in our own judgments and actions, rather than the fleeting and often fickle approval of others. The Stoic journey towards internal validation begins with the recognition of a fundamental truth. Our value as individuals does not derive from external accolades, positions of power, or social recognition. Instead, our true worth lies in our character, our actions, and our commitment to living virtuously in accordance with reason and nature. Marcus Aurelius, despite his position as the most powerful man in the Roman Empire, sought not the adulation of the masses, but the approval of his own conscience. He understood that the only lasting and unassailable form of validation comes from living a life aligned with one's principles. The external quest for validation is likened to building a house on shifting sands. The accolades and approval that today seems so solid can tomorrow vanish, leaving one's sense of self-worth vulnerable and unstable. The Stoic, in contrast, builds their sense of self on the solid rock of their own virtue and actions. This internal foundation provides stability and resilience, unaffected by the storms of public opinion or the changing tides of social favor. Furthermore, seeking validation from within is not a journey of isolation or self-aggrandizement, but a path of genuine self-discovery and personal growth. It involves a deep engagement with one's values, a rigorous examination of one's motives and actions, and a commitment to self-improvement. This Stoic practice encourages humility, as we recognize our flaws and limitations, and courage, as we strive to overcome them and live in accordance with our highest ideals. The freedom that comes from internal validation is profound. It liberates us from the need for constant external affirmation, allowing us to pursue our goals and live our values with confidence and authenticity. This freedom also fosters a greater capacity for genuine connection with others, as we engage with them not out of a need for approval, but from a place of self-assuredness and mutual respect. Moreover, the Stoic approach to validation teaches us the value of self-compassion and kindness. Recognizing that we are all works in progress, striving towards virtue in an imperfect world, we learn to forgive ourselves for our failings and to celebrate our efforts towards growth. This compassionate self-relationship encourages a healthier, more balanced approach to life, where successes are appreciated but not overvalued, and failures are seen as opportunities for learning and development. Lesson 10. Embrace fresh starts by letting go. In the journey of life, our hands can only hold so much before they become too full to grasp anything new. Stoicism, with its profound insights into the human condition, teaches us the importance of letting go of past hurts, of failures, and even of old victories to make room for new growth and opportunities. Marcus Aurelius, through his reflective writings, emphasized the transient nature of life and the necessity of moving forward with grace and acceptance. This lesson delves into the transformative act of letting go, illustrating how it is not an end but a beginning, a fresh start that allows us to embrace the present and future with open arms and a lightened spirit. Letting go, in the Stoic sense, involves a deep understanding of impermanence and the acceptance that everything in life, joy and sorrow, success and failure is fleeting. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." This perspective encourages us to release our tight grip on past experiences, recognizing that our happiness and peace are not tethered to external events, but are rooted in our perceptions and reactions. The process of letting go is multifaceted, requiring us to forgive, to accept, and to open ourselves to the flow of life. Forgiveness, particularly self-forgiveness, is crucial. It involves releasing the burden of guilt and regret that we carry from our perceived mistakes, understanding that every step, even those that led us astray, has been a part of our learning and growth. Acceptance follows forgiveness, as we acknowledge our past without letting it define our present or future. We accept the lessons learned, the strength gained, and move forward with a clearer vision and a lighter heart. Embracing fresh starts means recognizing that every moment offers a new opportunity to shape our lives in accordance with our values and ideals. It requires a shift in focus from what has been lost to what can be gained, from what has ended to what is beginning. This Stoic practice of focusing on the present and the potential for future growth encourages us to live fully and authentically, unencumbered by the weight of the past. Moreover, letting go and embracing fresh starts is an act of trust in ourselves, in the natural course of life, and in the belief that the universe unfolds as it should. It is a declaration of our resilience and our capacity to adapt and thrive, even in the face of change and uncertainty. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that our reactions to life's events are within our control, even if the events themselves are not. This empowerment lies at the heart of letting go, as we choose to respond to life with acceptance, optimism, and an open heart. The freedom that comes from letting go is profound. It frees us from the chains of the past, allowing us to experience the present more fully and to welcome the future with anticipation and hope. It opens up space in our lives for new experiences, relationships, and discoveries, enriching our journey with unforeseen joys and challenges. Lesson 11. Protect your inner peace. In the tumultuous sea of life, where storms of chaos, uncertainty, and conflict rage, finding and maintaining inner peace is akin to discovering a tranquil harbor. Stoicism, with its profound teachings on the nature of control and acceptance, offers sage advice on safeguarding this precious sanctuary within. Marcus Aurelius, through his contemplative writings, emphasized the importance of inner tranquility amidst external turmoil, teaching us that the serenity of our minds is not contingent upon the calmness of our surroundings, but upon our responses to them. This lesson delves into the art of protecting our inner peace, illustrating how it is not an act of withdrawal from the world, but a strategic engagement with it, grounded in wisdom and self-awareness. To protect our inner peace, Stoicism instructs us first to distinguish between what is within our control and what lies beyond it. This discernment is crucial, for it is in the misallocation of our energies towards the uncontrollable that our peace is most often lost. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By focusing our efforts on our attitudes, beliefs, and actions, elements firmly within our grasp, we shield our inner peace from the vicissitudes of external circumstances. Another Stoic practice essential to protecting our inner peace is the cultivation of equanimity. Equanimity, a state of calm and composure in the face of adversity, is achieved through the acceptance of life's inherent flux. It involves embracing the present moment with all its imperfections and relinquishing our resistance to what cannot be changed. This acceptance does not imply passivity or resignation, but a profound understanding that the essence of our well-being lies not in external conditions, but in our internal stance towards them. Moreover, the protection of our inner peace requires the courageous setting of boundaries. Stoicism teaches us that not all engagements are worthy of our time and energy. Some conflicts are trivial, some relationships draining, and some pursuits misaligned with our values. By establishing clear boundaries around our time, our energy, and our emotional investment, we prevent the encroachment of discord into our inner sanctuary. These boundaries are not barriers to connection, but filters that ensure only what is harmonious and enriching enters our space. Self-care is also a fundamental aspect of protecting our inner peace. Stoicism, often misconstrued as austere and unemotional, in fact, advocates for a gentle and compassionate relationship with oneself. Regular practices that nourish the body, mind, and spirit, such as meditation, exercise, reading, and engaging in meaningful work, are acts of reverence towards our inner peace. They fortify our resilience, enrich our perspective, and enhance our capacity to remain centered amidst life's chaos. Lastly, protecting our inner peace involves a commitment to ongoing reflection and growth. The Stoic practice of daily self-examination, where we review our actions, correct our missteps, and celebrate our progress, is vital. This reflective practice deepens our self-awareness, strengthens our resolve, and ensures that our inner peace is both a shelter and a foundation from which we engage the world with integrity and purpose. In embracing this lesson, we learn that protecting our inner peace is an act of profound strength and wisdom. It is the recognition that while the seas of life may rage around us, the anchor of our tranquility lies within, steadfast and secure. By cultivating discernment, equanimity, boundaries, self-care, and reflective growth, we navigate life's storms with grace, and our inner peace becomes both our compass and our destination. Lesson 12. Master your inner world. The Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on virtue, reason, and self-control, teaches that true mastery and freedom lie not in dominion over others or the external world, but in governance of one's own mind and emotions. Marcus Aurelius, in his personal writings, repeatedly touched upon this theme, portraying the self as a fortress that, when properly fortified, remains impervious to the external chaos and vicissitudes of fortune. This lesson delves into the Stoic endeavor of mastering our inner world, illuminating how this internal dominion is not a retreat from reality, but a means to engage with it more profoundly and effectively. The foundation of mastering our inner world lies in the Stoic distinction between what is within our control and what is not. Aurelius counseled, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This recognition empowers us to focus our energies on our thoughts, emotions, and reactions domains over which we wield absolute authority. It is a shift from a mindset of external reliance to one of internal resilience, where the fluctuations of the outer world lose their grip on our peace and happiness. To master our inner world requires the practice of mindfulness, a state of active, open attention to the present. Mindfulness allows us to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, acknowledging them as passing waves that do not define us. This Stoic practice fosters an inner tranquility as we learn not to be swept away by the tempests of passion or swayed by the seductive whispers of external approval and success. Instead, we find contentment and strength within, grounded in the knowledge that our inner state is ours to shape. Equally important is the cultivation of virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. These are not merely moral ideals, but practical tools that guide our thoughts, decisions, and actions towards what is good and beneficial for both ourselves and others. By aligning our lives with these virtues, we construct an inner citadel, robust and serene, from which we can face life's challenges with equanimity and resolve. Moreover, mastering our inner world involves the deliberate choice to respond rather than react to external events. This Stoic principle teaches us that while we cannot control what happens to us, we have absolute power over how we interpret and respond to these events. It is in this space between stimulus and response that our freedom and growth lie. Choosing to respond with reason, compassion, and patience, regardless of the circumstances, exemplifies the Stoic ideal of inner mastery. Finally, the journey to mastering our inner world is continuous, demanding constant vigilance and practice. It requires us to regularly reflect on our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, to learn from our experiences, and to remain committed to our personal growth and development. This path is not one of isolation, but of engagement with ourselves, with others, and with the world in a more meaningful and impactful way. Lesson 13. Honor your true self. In the grand narrative of life, where roles are often imposed and masks worn, the Stoic philosophy invites us to a different kind of performance, one that is deeply authentic and resonates with the truth of our being. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor who navigated the complexities of leadership and personal integrity, left us a legacy of wisdom that underscores the importance of honoring our true self. This final lesson explores the Stoic commitment to authenticity and self-respect, revealing how this practice is not only a path to personal freedom, but also a way to live in harmony with the universal order. To honor our true self, according to Stoicism, requires an unwavering commitment to self-awareness and self-examination. Aurelius himself practiced daily reflections, scrutinizing his actions, motives, and emotions against the backdrop of Stoic virtues. This rigorous self-examination serves as a mirror, reflecting our true nature beneath the layers of societal expectations and personal illusions. It demands honesty and courage, for it involves confronting our flaws and weaknesses as much as recognizing our strengths and potentials. Living authentically means aligning our thoughts, words, and actions with our core values and principles. Stoicism teaches that virtue living in accordance with reason and nature is the highest good. To honor our true self, then, is to strive for virtue in our daily lives, making decisions and taking actions that reflect our commitment to wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. This alignment creates a congruence between our internal values and external behavior, fostering a sense of integrity and wholeness. Moreover, honoring our true self involves the courage to set boundaries and say no to that which compromises our values or drains our spirit. Stoicism does not advocate for a life of isolation or indifference, but encourages us to choose our engagements wisely, with discernment and self-respect. By doing so, we protect our inner peace and cultivate an environment where our true self can flourish. The Stoic practice of honoring our true self also implies a responsibility to grow and evolve. Marcus Aurelius viewed life as an opportunity for continuous learning and self-improvement. This perspective invites us to embrace challenges and adversities as catalysts for growth, pushing us to expand our understanding, refine our virtues, and deepen our character. It is in the forge of life's trials that our true self is tested and strengthened. Finally, honoring our true self is a testament to the Stoic principle of living in harmony with the cosmos. By being true to our nature and expressing our unique virtues, we fulfill our role in the universal order, contributing to the common good. This Stoic worldview sees individual authenticity not as a self-centered pursuit, but as an integral part of the interconnected web of existence. And there you have it, 13 powerful lessons on the strength of walking away, inspired by Stoicism and the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. Walking away isn't a sign of weakness. It's a testament to your strength, your self-respect, and your commitment to living a life that's true to you. So next time you find yourself in a situation that no longer serves your highest good, remember these lessons. Walking away might just be the most powerful move you can make. Thanks for joining me on this journey. If these lessons resonated with you, hit that subscribe button and let's continue to explore the path to a more empowered and meaningful life together. Remember, your greatest power might just be your ability to walk away.